Greetings, it's Vaygrim, and I'm coming to you behind the scenes in preparation for something I've been working on for about 3 weeks now, and I keep running across hurdles. A lot of you might not really realize what goes into making a mod guide, and mod guides are not easy. They are very, very rough, specifically because you have to learn as much about the mod in a very, very short period of time that you may not already know. And you have to present it in a coherent and attractive manner, but not come across as too boring of a slug. It's difficult. It's hard. It is a lot more difficult than most people realize, but there's another side of it that goes beyond that. Now, I've been preparing for a Minechem mod and a Minechem mod guide. And initially, I loaded it up and I broke the microscope. I put something into it, and the entire vanilla block and the entire client seized up. New build, I put something into, I built a fusion reactor, and I put something into it, and now this is seized up. I put two things that should have combined into a third thing. This is how the fusion reactor works. It gets two materials, and it's like combining their atomic weight to make whatever A plus B equals C. It's like the atomic weight of item A and item B equals the combined atomic weight, which is C. It's kind of, it sounds super difficult, but it's actually very easy. Problem is, as you can see, there's an RF rating. I actually did pump power into this thing. I put a couple of blocks in, then it just kind of stopped working. I have destroyed the whole thing and remade it several times, and it doesn't work. Now, this is not the fault of Jack Impet, the maintainer of Minechem. Minechem wasn't his mod originally. He's having to go through and find all of these esoteric programming problems that have been passed on to him through two other maintainers from the original coder. So it's hard. Now I've got on my plate Mechanism 8, but the problem that's been handed to me with Mechanism 8 is that it's not backwards compatible. So I cannot get my existing world for my single-player series and upgrade it. I've tried. It won't cooperate. And Aiden C. Brady has decided he's going to cut all ties and make new worlds be required for Mechanism 8. He suggests not trying to upgrade a world. You could corrupt a save file that way. So I'm stuck out in the cold. I'm supposed to prep for a mod guide for a mod I'm not going to use again for months because I'm stuck on Mechanism 7 in my single-player world. So I have a lot of decisions. Every time a mod guide comes up and I want to do a mod guide, I have a lot of decisions I have to make. Decision number one, is the mod quality? Okay, does it present interesting enough content? Sometimes I've seen mods that are so interesting, so fascinating, neat features, but they are unstable messes. And I will not present them as a mod guide specifically because I don't want to pass on that unstable mess to you, my viewers. I think that's bad form. So then the next step is, okay, how user-friendly or user-hostile is it? Is this mod something that, like, if a user gets something wrong, are they going to end up killing themselves and lose a whole bunch of time and equipment? Like the old IC2 stuff. If you got something wrong, blocks would blow up and you would lose things, which means you'd lose cabling, you'd lose machines, a lot of resources, and potentially your own life if you were actually standing next to the explosion. I don't see that as a user-friendly experience. I see that almost the same as the mod being unstable or buggy. In my perspective, if a mod is user-hostile, then if I pass on a mod guide and I am not 100% accurate about everything, people are going to start accusing me of getting it wrong, quote-unquote, and misleading them and making them lose resources. That puts unnecessary burden on me that I'm not really willing to take. I don't think that's entirely fair from my perspective. So that eliminates another cross-section of mods that I have a tendency to avoid. I also avoid them because they don't line up with my play style. I'm not big on super grindy mods. I'm not big on mods that feel like punishing the user because they made a mistake. That's me. So I'm stuck right now in between a couple of mods. I really want to focus on Minechem, but Minechem, every time I load it up, I run across a bug. And again, this is not Jack and Bet's code. This is code that he has been handed that he is having to fix. So I do not fault him. but there's a couple of instances where I'd ask him a question and he had to go check the code, and that's a thing. That's the way it works. Problem number 2 is like Mechanism 8. I don't know if I want to move on to Mechanism 8 as a mod guide because I'm not going to be able to use it myself. Once I do the mod guide, I will not touch it again, probably until 1.9. I think 1.8 is going to end up being skipped in the modding community. I think there's going to be some mods that come out for 1.8. There's some that already are, but I think 1.8 is going to kind of be glossed over and people are going to wait for 1.9. And when 1.9 comes out, hopefully it'll be more stable, it'll be better, it'll perform better. We'll have a whole bunch of nice new mods that people have been kind of tinkering with and updating. And it'll be another great era of modded Minecraft. But for the time being right now, I'm probably never going to use Mechanism 8 again unless Aiden C. Brady, the maintainer of it, puts in backwards compatibility code, and he doesn't want to. So if I'm going to use a mod guide, make a mod guide on something, it's standardly something I'm going to end up using a lot or would like to use. I don't have that mechanism, that option for Mechanism 8, and I think a lot of mod packs are probably not going to update to it. I'm not sure, though. So things are not always as simple as folks seem, as it seems to folks. I got that backwards. Wow. It's not always quite as simple as people think on making a mod guide. It's not just, most people think the hardest part is learning the mod, or the hardest part is building the set to make it visually interesting while you're going through it. I like building big things, big blocks, or big structures. I was going to build this out, and I was actually going to make a model of a chemical model. I was going to make an actual structure that looked like a caffeine model. A caffeine molecule. That's the word I'm looking for. I kind of ended up stopping stopping before I even started, though, specifically because I kept running across other problems. And really, learning the mod or building a presentable stage for the mod isn't the hardest part. The hardest part is the bugs, and you do not want to end up becoming a tester for a mod, because then you're going to devote so much time to, well, did you try this? Did you try this? Did you try this? That it's going to burn into all of your time for other series that you have to do. And I run 2 Minecraft Let's Plays right now, as well as on my second channel, I have an Alan Wake Let's Play, a Dragon Age Origins Let's Play. I have a Bioshock Infinite play that I just started. I had a Red Faction Armageddon Let's Play that I just finished. I do vlogs on my 3rd channel. I put up my first hardware review. So I cannot start mod testing. I can't start bug testing for all of these mods that I'm trying to do mod guides for. It becomes a slippery slope. And I only have so much time that I can divide so many ways. So I want to let you guys know that I have not stopped doing guides. It's not that I have quit in any way, form, or fashion, or I've gotten hit burnout. It's just a hard thing to tackle. There is such a long checklist. That's why there hasn't been an episode of Hot Blocks in God knows how long, because there is a checklist that I have set up for myself that I have to go through. And a block has to meet certain criteria and certain qualifications, as does the mod that's in it, that it's in. And I haven't hit that again yet. I have not hit a Hot Blocks qualifier since I think it was October or November was the last one. And I haven't hit a new one since. And now it's getting harder and harder to do mod guides, because every time I load up a mod, I start running across bugs and problems and issues. And I feel like I'm seeing stuff that's so obvious that the mod dev probably should have seen it in a single-player world if he'd just loaded up his mod in any mod pack. Now, I realize that's not true. I realize that's an unfair statement to make, and I accept that. But it seems that way sometimes. So I just want to let you guys know what's going through my head, what's going on behind the scenes. I am working on things, but it's a slow process. And, there are some hurdles that take time to get over. So I'm hoping I will still get a Minechem video out, and I would be able to go through it and rehearse it a couple of times and not have anything hitch. We'll see. Mechanism 8, I'm still undecided on. I know that you guys would like to have a video on it, but it's not quite that easy sometimes. So, I don't know. I'd love to hear some feedback on it. How do you feel about Mechanism 8 not being upgradable from Mechanism 7? How does that affect you? What do you think? If you suddenly hear that your mod pack that you're playing is going to require a world restart on the next update because they want to put in Mechanism 8. What do you think? Anyway, this is just a quick video to let you guys know what's going on. I will talk to you later. Thanks for swinging by. Thanks for understanding. Bye-bye.